A legit electric bike, albeit mini, from a well-known electric bike company for only $369? Yeah, that's the DYU C3 14-inch electric folding bike. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and you know that I love all things tech, especially when it comes to e-mobility, electric mobility, micro-mobility, whatever you want to call it. Bikes, skateboards, scooters, they're a lot of fun, and they allow you to get around without having to pay for gas, all while you're getting a little bit of exercise. So when DYU reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to review one of our bikes? I was like, oh, heck yeah, because I've heard of your company. The bikes look great. They said, great, the one that we're looking to get a review on is the C3. I looked at it online and went, okay, is that for adults? I mean, this looks like a really small bike. Then I started thinking, and you know, I see people on these types of bikes all the time. I'm 195 pounds, about 5'9", so I think I could probably ride this bike. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So on their site right now, it's listed at $369, but they do have a code DYU20 to get $20 off. So that takes this thing down to $349, $350 for an electric bike, which as you'll see here in just a minute is probably plenty for a lot of people and perfect for certain situations. Especially because this bike is small and light, it can fold down and go right into the trunk of your car. That's a big deal for some people. So one of the things that makes this bike so small is that it has 14-inch wheels, but that doesn't make this bike like some kind of a kiddie toy or something like that. It's all metal and it's very, very sturdy. So it's a well-made bike. Only weighs 45 pounds, and that's one of the things that's been holding my father back from getting an electric bike. He's like, I couldn't pick that thing up if I had to. You know, a lot of them are 80 to 100 pounds. 45 pounds is pretty good. Now this does have a non-removable battery. I live in a condominium, so a lot of stuff I have to keep in my storage unit. If it's a bike, you don't want that stuff to be in extreme cold or extreme heat, so you want to be able to remove the battery. This one you cannot do that. It's built in, and that's one of the ways that they kept the price down on this. They've actually used a smaller battery than they sometimes use, but they've also upped the motor size. I think they tried to balance it out so that you could get less battery and just about the same amount of range and power. Top speed on this is only 15.5 miles per hour. So if you're looking for a 30 mile per hour beast, this is not that bike. But also, if you've never clocked yourself on a bike, 15.5 miles per hour it's sufficiently fast. And it feels a lot faster on a bike. Now, if you live in a hilly area like I do, well, this only has a 15% grade rating on it for going, I mean, you can get up these hills. You just might have to start pedaling, which it does have pedal assist, so that's not a problem. They list the load capacity on this bike at 165 pounds. I weigh 195. I ride it just fine. So, you know, 5'9", 195 pounds, it's fine for me. As far as range goes, if you're running the throttle only, then it's 13 to 15 miles. That's your range. But if you're not running the throttle and you're only using pedal assist, you're going to get 20 to 23 miles per hour. That's the rating on it. After a few days of riding, I'd say I got pretty close to that 15 miles, and that was a combination of pedal and throttle. I don't know if I mentioned the motor size, but 350 watts is the motor size on this. It's respectable, especially for a bike this size. I mean, you've got 14-inch wheels. It doesn't take a whole lot to drive that. It's kind of a common wattage for motors for scooters. It does come with a headlight and a tail light, and it has disc brakes front and back. So let's go ahead and do a lightning unboxing and assembly. It's under 2 minutes long. We'll take it out for a ride and talk, then I'll come back and give you my final impression. All right, so this is my first ride on this bike. All we have to do is push this button right here to turn it on, which I already did. And we've got the meter over here for your battery. And that's it. There's no display or anything like that. You know, there's nothing telling you how fast you're going or anything like that. But this thing only goes up to 15 miles per hour. So I don't think you need to worry too much about that. Got a little bell right there. And I'll tell you this seat is just super comfortable. I mean, it's very squishy. You got springs there and everything else. It's a tiny bike. It's almost like having a scooter that is, that you don't stand on, you sit on it. But it also has pedals. Also, there's no actual throttle, like a, thumb throttle on this, but there is. It's a twist throttle. Yeah, kind of like a motorcycle. All right, so it says that there's pedal assist. Oh, there is. So when I start pedaling on this, the motor actually does kick in and help. Okay. I can dig that. So if you want to pedal, great. If you don't, just hit the throttle. Got a speed bump coming up here. Let's see how it does on that. The wheels are inflated to 44 PSI. All right, speed bump. And you know what? It feels comfortable. The seat, it's a squishy seat, so that definitely helps. So this is like, I don't know, this is not a speed demon bike. This is more of just a cruising bike. So, I'm gonna give 15, maybe 20 miles an hour if I'm going down a hill like this. The brakes work really, really well too, because we've got disc brakes front and back, so that's cool. We've got a long hill coming up here. Let's see how it does on that. I'm just going full throttle right now. Oh boy. Already slowing down. Yeah, I'm pedaling now, and with the pedal assist, it actually helps quite a bit. I mean, the gearing on this thing is not the best gearing, so the fact that I'm able to pedal up this hill easily, well, that says something. This is a 350 watt motor. Yeah, you might see that on a scooter, but transportation-wise, it'd be great for that. Nice to go on a little ride through some woods like this. Oh boy, here's a hill. Slowing down already, so now we pedal. Yeah, pedal assist, that's pretty great actually. I'm gonna go up here because we got some dirt. Let's just see how it does with a little bit of dirt. Now, if you didn't want to ride with the pedal assist on, which I am doing right now, you could turn the bike off and just ride it. The tires do have some tread on them. A little slippery in some of the sand, and it's quite a bumpy ride. Okay. Well, at least we could say we tried it, right? So yeah, it's not a full-size bike. It does fold down a little bit, which helps with storage. But recently, had a situation, my dad was looking to get an electric bike, and everything that he had tried was just too much. He was like, nah, it's too much bike. He's in his 70s. But something like this might actually be a good match for him. It's small, it's lightweight, it's comfortable to ride. And guess what? Top speed, 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. So I think he'd probably do pretty good on something like this. Regardless, I think if you have a small commute, maybe around the college campus, or your work is down the road or something like that, this thing would be pretty darn good. And you're not using gas. So I would imagine that if you bought this bike, you kind of know what you're getting into. You know that it's a smaller bike. I live in a condo. This thing would actually fit, I don't know, in a closet or just a corner of the room. You just fold down those handlebars, and you could even push the seat down to give you more room. For that matter, I don't know if it would fit in the trunk of a car, but it would fit in a car, maybe a hatchback or something like that. I could probably fit 3 of these in the back of my truck. I was pleasantly surprised though when I first got on this bike and started to ride it. I was like, hey, this is really comfortable. That seat, man, it's got plenty of squishiness stiffness to it. It's got springs on it. The wheels are not overinflated, so the maximum on those, I think it was 44 PSI or something like that. So they're kind of a little bit squishy. The combination of the two makes it a very comfortable ride. It does not have any suspension on it, no front or back suspension built into the bike. So who's this bike for? Look, I live at the beach. It'd be a great bike to just go down the beach road, go to the boardwalk, that kind of stuff. It's not intrusive, it's not big, it's not heavy. It's easy to fold down the handlebars and push the seat down and put it into something. So if you're a commuter or you wanted to ride your electric bike to work and you don't live more than, oh, I don't know, like 8 miles away, you'd probably be pretty good. I mean, again, you could just turn it off and pedal it, you know, old-fashioned style. It's not a big deal. And I think maybe a big one is somebody who wants to get an electric bike and just is on a budget. I mean, $369 or $349 with the coupon that's on their site right now. That is very affordable, especially compared to an $800 to $2,000 bike. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is the first bike that I've tested from DYU, and if this is any indicator, I'm gonna guess that the other ones are really good. I like this bike. It's the C3, and if you're interested, I'm gonna put a link down in the description so you can go check it out. I don't think they sent me a coupon code. If they do, I'll add that to the description as well. Hey, I wanna thank you so much for your support. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there is a red subscribe button down there. Notification bell as well, so if you click both of those, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. This channel's been around since 2013, and over the last 2.5, 3 years, I've started to add more and more of my personal passions, because that's really what this channel is all about. It's all about the things that I have passion for. Like the name of this channel, named after a Rush album. Yeah, when I was naming the channel, my friend and I are big Rush fans, and I was like, ooh, dude, he had the album cover sitting up there, Vapor Trails. I was like, perfect. So I just want to thank you so much for your support of my passions. There you go. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't do this. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.